Hello, let's play a bunch of daily word games. This is a weekly series where I play a bunch of daily games that you might enjoy playing every day. So, introduce you to those. I always pick a rotating one as the first bonus game, and then we go through the same ones every day. Well, the same ones every week after that. Anyway, I hope you enjoy it. Let's play Orbits for October 6th. So the way this game works is we need to figure out how to go in a circle here. It doesn't really matter where you start, but we can pick out, and then I think it was going to be outfield, and then field test, test crew or test flight. Yeah, flight, test flight, flight crew, and then crew cut. Alrighty. And I just realized my setting is wrong, so I want to go into prototype mode. Oh, I can't change it now? Oh well. Can't go in prototype mode, but that's normally what I like to play in. Anyway, let's go to the next puzzle. All right, let's continue. Maybe I can switch to prototype mode here. Nope. Okay. Anyway, let's see. We can start with air. So airplane, I would suppose, and then plane crash. Crash test. Test run. Runway. Way off. Oop, no. Wayward, and then ward off. Oh, the phrase ward off. Okay. I really wish I could go to prototype mode. I can't. Okay. I recommend playing in prototype mode, but I can't switch it now. All right, let's continue. Oops, gotta get that on screen. Okay. So, should we start with fire? Fire back, probably. Nope, not fire back. Okay. Fire red, maybe. Fire down. What will we do after? I don't think anything else works other than fire red, like the color. Fire carpet, fire down. Let's try fire red. No, it's not. Okay, I get one more life. Fire down, fire code. I can't get rid of fire now. Fire back, maybe. No, it was fire code. What's a fire code? Whoops. This is why I like prototype mode better, because you can kind of organize it however you want and then check it. Shoot. Fire code. Oh, the fire code, like the set of laws related to fires. And that was code red, red carpet, carpet burn, burn down, downtime, timeout, outlook, look back, backfire. So if you're doing this mode, the one you start with is really important because fire had too many things that it could do. All right. Well, that's really unfortunate. I wanted to do this one. I don't know why it wasn't letting me switch to prototype mode. Now I can switch. All right. Well, next time I play, it'll be in prototype mode. Okay, let's move on to Dordle. What do we want to start with? How about codes for fire codes? So the right just has an E, so let's put that at the end. Let's try train. That's not a word. Tripe. Still just an E, but it is at the end. Bulge. That's a fun word. Oh yeah, we have an L and a G. So is it GL something something E? Well, we have more info on the right now, so let's guess this left word. We have an S somewhere. S A something E Y? I don't know. What are we doing here? S H E E? Sheen? That was right? Okay, I'll take it. GL. There's no, we don't know if there's an A. It could be glaive. The glaive is spelled A-I-V-E though, so it can't be glaive. I think it's going to be G-L-A something E, but I can't see it. What else is possible? L-A-G something E? L-G something L-E? I think GL is going to be the most obvious thing to do, but I don't see a word. Glaze. Oh, it wasn't. Okay. L is second. What are we doing here? I think it has to be A-L-G. I think that's almost... Oh, it's algae. Algae is a crazy word. All right, cool. Sheen and algae. Let's move on. Fibble. All right. Stove. So one of these is lying. I like to bring in the positive info because it helps you find contradictions. I think I'll do an ST word. Is there an STA word I can do? Stale. Ooh, interesting. So one of these E's is lying, which means the S is correct, and one of these T's is lying. And so one of the lies goes to the T's, one of the lies goes to the E's. That's both of our lies. So if you're not an E or a T, then you're not lying. I'm thinking, so if I wanted to use the T and the E in place, that's possible with the lies, but I have to put the A here, which isn't going to happen. So I think we just don't have a T or an E. It's the only other option. So S, and then there's an A somewhere. We could do like one of these that end in Y. What's like a good one? I'm thinking of Sammy, Sappy. Sappy, maybe? Okay, we know this is the lie. So I didn't place the A right, but we do know there's a P. So it could be SP. Would it be an A here? That seems hard. SPIA? I mean, it could be S. The A and the P can't go in the middle. I like SP, but then this A is having an issue. Would we end in A? I just don't see a word like spura, spira, spida. Maybe it's not spray. I don't think sprag is a word. Spran. What does this? Spraw? Sprad? It's tempting to guess spray just to see if it's right, but sprack. Spram, spran, sprab, sprack. I like to play in hard mode, which means only guessing things that could be the answer. It's in the options. I don't think sprag is a word, but okay, it is a word. But all right, so it's scrap. I had it in my head that P was going to be second, but it was not. But I got there. I mean, this is a pretty good solve. All right, let's do Betweenle. We will start with scrap. All right, we are 25% away from all A's and 49% away from scrap. So I don't know where 25% is. I know that 50% is in the L's. Somewhere on lucky, I believe. But that doesn't help me a whole lot. There's a lot of A's. Good number of C's. I'm going to, and not a whole lot of like F, G, J, K. Let's go bottom heavy then. Let's try an E. Maybe a late E though. What's like a late E? EY, EX, X something. Exert. Okay, we are 1.8% away from right before exert. So that's a chunk into the E's, but not much. Maybe evert instead of exert. That would have been funny. Oh no, so I didn't go nearly far enough. Error. Still not nearly far enough. Okay, let's do a big jump. EF. Can I do effort, effect are all too long. Eject. Is J is not far enough. We're getting there though. Edict. Oh, okay, I'll take it. Edict. Wow, that came out of nowhere. Edict in 6. I had CT on my mind, I guess. All right. Let's do word 500. We are in the advanced mode, daily. Good. We are going to start with edict. So at least it's 5 letters. Ooh, and it's 5 letters that aren't in the word. So we immediately just get 5 reds. All right, common letters. S, L, R, N. I'm thinking about slurp for some reason. Let's just do that. 2 yellows and slurp. I usually like to use the vowels, but U is pretty rare. And I like the R for sure. Put an R second. So let's use the U anyway. So we could do an RU word. What goes before the R? BR? Brung is not a word. Brought is a word, but brung is not, unfortunately. It's not even like accepted. Oh wait, brung was accepted. Why did I put the U third? All right, well, I'm gonna use my strategy of using the vowel. So we're gonna say we have the U and no R. I did that way too fast. I just wanted to show that brung wasn't accepted, but then it accepted it. right, so that would mean, oh wait, we need a yellow from slurp, just not the R. What do I want to do? Maybe like an LU word, like lunch, but can't do lunch. Lunch would have been so good. No, and we never could have done lunch. Edict has it gray. Can't do lucky. How about, oh, I can't do lumpy either. What if I did dumpy? And it just uses the P instead of the L. Okay, let's do that. One yellow and dumpy. We're kind of running out of ways to use this U. We could have like an OU here, maybe. Nah, we're like running out of things to do here. Let's say we don't have the U. I think that'll open things up a bit. Maybe it was the P. Let's try that. And then the R. Try to avoid bringing in too many letters. So we could do, I was going to say PR, but the R can't go second. I can't believe I did that with brong. Why did I even guess it? Thinking R and then like a vowel and then P, but I just don't see the word. I'm going to guess parch. I know there's no C, but fillers are kind of necessary. We're 500 sometimes. 2 yellows. I mean, if it's still the PR, we're really running out of things to do here. R and then P here is kind of the way to do it. ROP. It's just not a thing. Okay, let's think about this harder. Dumpy had the D also. What am I doing? What if we do have the R? We can start with R or end with R. No U in this case. And then if I bring in the P, then I have the same issue as last time. So I don't think I'm going to have a yellow Y. So let's bring in the M then. We need an S or an L, and I need a vowel. So let's bring in this A. So I don't know if I want the S or L or not. Or I don't know if I want the S or L, not or not. Just start with R, and then put like an A. So the problem is we do R-O-A, Rome. I'm going to guess Rome's. I mean, it uses the right letters, but it's not going to be the answer, but we'll try it. 2 greens and a yellow. So maybe I place the R, maybe I place the A. Well, then I would need the O. I can't have the M and the S. My phone is going completely nuts, so I'm going to check what's going on here. All right, it wasn't actually important. Sorry about that. It was just buzz, 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 buzz. The A could be misplaced. Like I need a vowel after this. I don't know what's going on here. Hold on. If I have the R. What if it was green? I don't know. There's so many what ifs you have to do in this game. No U, because I feel like that was the issue last time. Oh yeah, there wouldn't be a U because of brung. M, P, or Y. What if we didn't have the P? You know what? I think what I did earlier wasn't even a thing that could work. I don't know. Oh, no P is true. That's what I did last time. I feel like I have to have the M, which could be placed or not. So no S, L true, A true. This just doesn't work. Like we'd have R something LMA. And that's something like what goes after the R? If the R is green, what goes after it? Maybe I should think about Rome's for a bit. The only way we're using the R is if this O is also green. I think that has to be true. So maybe no A then. Or maybe the A is yellow. And then we just don't have the MS. So what does this mean? The R here, no UNGB. No U, no U. R would be yellow here. A would be yellow here. So no P. No M, so we'd have to have the Y. Royal? It's royal. See, I rejected the yellow Y because that's so rare, but that's what it was today. Okay, I was trying to reject RO and ended up getting the answer, so, you know, whatever works. Cool, that was a tough word, 500 for sure. All right, let's do polygonal. This repeats and this repeats. Ooh, what are we doing here? I like to end an S in this case because we can do like an LLS or something, but this doesn't seem like a thing. What else could we do? We could do a double E here. Make it a vowel. This is tough though. E, like there's a lot of things you could end with if you do EE there. So we got to think about how we'd start. An L or an R here. L. And this repeats. Like an N. Blending. Okay, maybe not. Okay. Phone's still going nuts. There's a lot of optionality here. You know what? I'm just gonna do a filler. So let's do robustly. What did I do wrong? Oh, the problem is it's not long enough for robustly. No, it should be. I just typed it wrong. Oh wait, there is an S. It's just not this repeat. So I since there's an O, let's look at O here, S here. What's going to repeat here? This would be an R. I want to do like. I don't think this is an R here. I was thinking about like the word monsoon, but. All right, let's just do a second filler. Let's do machined. This is an E. Oh, so the O goes elsewhere. It's right about this being an E. That's an S. So I think we have to start with O. Overseer. That's not an easy word. Okay. I don't know if I was going to think of that. There were only 4 words. Overseer was the only word we could have guessed that was normal. And there's also frontoon, overpeer, and spontoon. Spontoon is a fun word. All right, I wasn't going to think of any of those. Filler was necessary for me. Let's do the mini. Stat. So I was state. Let's do state. I was going to do stats. But all right, this is probably an E. We could do an R here. How about fever? Fewer? Okay, that was randomly good. Okay. Let's do the symbol. We always start with blaze. Ooh, okay. So we assume there's no Z in the word. And we also assume, at least at the start, that the least common symbol is the green. So A is green, and then we need 2 letters. What would we do here? I need 2 letters from blaze that aren't the A, but not in place. So I don't think I'm doing AE. So that means no E. And no Z would mean LB or BL. So maybe actually we need to do like a BLE, like blend. So the BL are going to be our greens. And then this is our yellow, meaning we need to use a different letter from blaze here. So blend would work. Okay, so we are we BLE something D, or did I go completely off on my symbols? Bleed. Nice. Bleed in 3. All right. That was an interesting one. Yeah, so my initial instinct was wrong, but then I corrected it. And then, you know, the assumption that there's no Z in the word works almost every time because Z is so rare. All right. Let's do Fusele. We will start with bleed, which is good because we have to actually repeat a letter in our starting guess. So every guess has a twist. This twist is I have to repeat a letter. It does not mean that the answer repeats a letter, by the way. Sometimes the twist prevents you from actually guessing the correct answer. All right, so bleed was all gray. That's good to know. Here we're going to be getting symbol-like coloring for the yellows, but it'll be blue instead of yellow to remind us. Common letters, STRN. Snart. Train. Let's do train. Ooh, lots of blues. So this means that a different letter goes in that spot. Just like a symbol yellow. So if I wanted my vowels, I'd do IA probably. And this could be an R, a T, or an N. Does this work? Vital? There's no L though. This could be an R, or what, should we do like only one of the vowels? Something like party. Party works. We're gonna get a lie like Fibble. Holy moly, what's our lie? Is there... Holy moly, what's our lie? ART. These can't both be lying. So is it TRA? And then... No, that doesn't work. I'm thinking P and Y, and then... Because if the A and T aren't lying, they have to swap, which I don't think works. I just tried it. So this would be our R, unless the R is the lie. I'm thinking either A or T is gray. So the T can't go here. So the T would be gray. This would be R. Perry, maybe? Oh. Okay, so this is only showing us greens, not yellows. But that means the R and the Y are truthful. It means the P was the lie. So probably no P in the word. And then this is A and this is T then? The P has to be the lie, so what does this? Is there any other option here? I don't see. Okay, I don't see another option. Let's think about it carefully. If this P wasn't lying, then this should have been green. So the P is lying, meaning this ARTY are telling the truth. And so the T is yellow, and we know this was blue, and this was not green. So the only place for T is right there. The A was yellow, and this wasn't blue, so it can't go there, so it has to go here. And we're left with tray, and we don't start with P. I don't know why I would want P tray, but I just don't see the word. Stray. Why didn't I see stray? You're yelling stray. That's okay. I was thinking like, how do we end in tray? It doesn't work. It doesn't work. All right. Well, it's been a long set of games. This is the last game I recorded. So that's my excuse. And I just knocked over my water, which is a great ending to this video. All right. Luckily it didn't spill much because it was sealed close. All right, cool. Well, what an ending. Very nice. Let me know how you did on these. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.